Gold Squad TV. All right, man. I had to get out of the house, man. Patriots game is getting kind of ugly, man. Um, so we're gonna discuss this. This is Patriot related because it has to do with the GOAT, Tom Brady. He should have never left the Patriots, and Brady should have never left. That's no shot at Brady. I want people to understand. I'm not saying it as if like he's having a disastrous year. He's actually having a pretty damn good year, despite what people want to go and start disrespecting him about. But that's not. I'm not getting at that. I feel like Tom Brady should finish his career in a New England Patriots uniform. If somehow, some way, things go left in Tampa, if I'm Robert Kraft, I make that phone call and I say, "Come back. I'll pay you $90 million to fucking come back." Now, a lot of people will probably scoff at the idea because he's 43, about to be 44. But I know what Tom Brady's capable of in that offense. And I'd much rather have an 11-5 season, 11-5 season. Even if Tom Brady's mediocre, I'd rather have 11-5 season or a 10-6 season versus the season that we're going through right now. I'm not ready to say goodbye to the Patriots dynasty right now. And maybe I'm probably living in the past. But I'm like, I don't really feel like Tom Brady belongs in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform. I don't think he likes it there. I don't think him and Arians like each other. I think Brady's starting to realize that no matter how bad Belichick was, Belichick did appreciate what he brought to the table. Did Belichick appreciate the weapons? Probably not. Now I gotta get on Belichick for that. Those receivers drafting N'Keal Harry is probably the biggest mistake Bill Belichick has ever made in his time. Harry has been a massive disappointment. Yes, number 15. Massive disappointment. Screw the injuries. He's done nothing as a Patriot. Notable. Nothing. He's been on an injury list a billion times. When he does play, he doesn't do anything. Can't get separation. Last time I checked, when I watched him in college, he's a jump ball guy. He's not a route runner. So he was really a one-trick pony to begin with. We have N'Keal Harry running routes. That's not his game. And it's not to sit there and say that he would be better in a different system. I think he's trash. I don't think he's good at all. I tried to stick up for him last year. I tried to stick up for a lot of those receivers. The only one that I will justify sticking up for is Jacoby Myers. And mind you, Jacoby Myers was a quarterback at one point. The fact of the matter is that receiving core is horrible. Outside of Edelman and Jacoby Myers, that receiving core is horrible. And N'Keal Harry is definitely one of the main reasons. That said, that's on Belichick. Now, Bill didn't do Tom any favors last year. Made Tom look crazy. That's why Tom left. But Arians isn't doing a good job with Brady. He has him trying to be a long ball guy. Listen, Tom Brady wasn't a long ball guy when he was in his prime. All right, so Tom Brady's a surgeon. He's not a system quarterback. A lot of you people think he is a system quarterback. He's not. He's a surgeon. He's the type of quarterback that thrives off of short passes, cut through defenses, and then that occasional long pass. But for the most part, he surgically dissects a defense. When you start trying to make him something he's not, then, and part of it's a little bit Brady's fault too, because I think Brady wanted to prove that he had an arm. Brady's never had an arm like that. He's always been a 15 to 20 yard guy. He's not a 50-yard Aaron Rodgers type of thrower. That's why I never really liked the comparisons between him and Aaron, because no, Aaron's not better than Tom, but Aaron is more of an aerial assault. He's got a naturally big arm. It's an aerial assault. He could run a little bit out the pocket, to where Brady is a surgeon. Brady's probably the last of his kind. Let's be honest, he's really kind of the last of his kind. Him and Peyton Manning were surgeons in that pocket. They knew how to manipulate offenses and manipulate defenses to where they always knew where to get the matchup. Yes, I mentioned Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, two GOATs. And both of those guys were incredible surgeons. You know, we're never going to see those type of quarterbacks again. Ever. Right now, it's looking like everybody wants to go to running quarterback. The Lamar Jacksons of the world, the Pat Mahomes. And Pat Mahomes is great. I'm not going to knock him. But like the Lamar Jacksons of the world who can't seem to throw in the pocket. You know what I mean? You got to have the right players around Lamar Jackson in order for Lamar Jackson to be effective. Tom Brady is an incredible surgeon. He could work with anything. He give him anything, he could work with it. My thing is with Brady, he's put in the wrong system right now. And honestly, he should have never, like I said, he should have never left New England. Now they did disrespect him. Shouts to my man Akeem. Akeem basically saying, they disrespected his value. And I don't think Bob Kraft did. Bob was willing, the owner was willing to pay him. It was Belichick that didn't want to pay him. And now Belichick's probably sitting there kicking himself in the ass because, yes, he's a great coach and he's doing what he can on this 6-6 squad, probably soon to be 6-7 Patriots squad. But like I told you in a previous video, Cam Newton can't throw 5 yards consistently. His shoulder is shot. There's a reason why we're running the ball at the rate we're running. His shoulder is shot. His right shoulder, his throwing shoulder is shot. Too much punishment, too many surgeries. He can't throw down the field. He can't even throw 5 yards. So, that said, Stidham's trash. Hoyer's trash. Newton is just a shell of himself. I'm not going to call Newton trash. I like him. But I just don't think he's the right fit. He's not a surgeon. He's a guy that can run the ball. He's going to give you power. But we all know in situations against Kansas City, if we're not dictating that clock, Kansas City's just going to go and score. We'll lose like 33-0 in the AFC Championship game, even if we were to somehow, some way get there. Tom Brady is a GOAT for a reason. And he would have this offense looking a hell of a lot better than it does right now. Especially with a healthy Damian Harris. Sony Michel being okay, but I'm almost kind of out on Sony Michel. But he's too hurt. He's always hurt. He was hurt last year. He's hurt this year. Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Those injury-prone players, we need to get rid of him and fucking Harry. Get rid of both of them. It was nice having Michel in the Super Bowl against the Rams that one year, that playoff run, but he's really been a no-show the last couple of years. And I'm just at a point, man, like, yo, we need a running back that's reliable. Damian Harris is a reliable running back. We need to utilize James White more. We're not doing that. Brady would have been utilizing James White. The fact that we're not even utilizing some of our weapons, even when we had Edelman in there, we weren't utilizing them. Like, you kidding me? All those weapons, we don't. It's not like we're horrible on offense. I don't think we have a great receiving core, and we're not using our tight end sets because we're sitting those 2 tight ends out until next year. Dalton Keaton and Devin Asasier, we're sitting both of those guys out until next year because they have to learn the system. They're doing what they did to Damian Harris last year. No, Keem, is not because they stink. That said, I want Brady back, man. I want Brady back. Or if not, listen, we're going to have to get another surgeon. We're going to have to get another quarterback that's a surgeon. Those quarterbacks are not out there. There's a lot of running quarterbacks. There's a lot of guys that are dual threats, but I'm sorry, man. Those quarterbacks don't work in Josh McDaniel's system. They don't work in the Belichick way. And it's not to sit there and say that Brady, like I said, Brady's not a system quarterback. He damn near could teach that system. So when people sit there and say he's a system quarterback, you're a fucking moron. There's no way he's a fucking system quarterback. He could teach a system. If Tom Brady could teach a system, there's no way he's a system quarterback. A system quarterback doesn't know a system enough. He just tries to play within the offense. That's what a system quarterback is, fool. That said, I wish Brady the best, and I hope that at some point he comes back as a Patriot. maybe one last year, one last hurrah. I think he could get us to 11-5 easily. We might not win the Super Bowl, but he get us to 11-5. Yeah, I take back every foul thing I said about him last year because even as bad as he was last year, that the games were much more watched. This is bad. Even the games we win, it's bad to watch. It's just hard. It's hard to watch an offense that used to be such a prolific offense look so horrendous. Just even on short throws. But anyway, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. What do you think about Tom Brady, man? What do you think of Tom Brady in case he doesn't work out in Tampa Bay? You think Tom Brady should finish his career in the New England uniform? Or do you think he should just retire? Leave your comments down below. Go Squad TV. Back to the field.